Oh, hell no. No, no, no. Why did that happen? Okay, good morning, my good people. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Hey. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know why I asked? Because I got a new headset, Bluetooth, so I didn't know if it was going to work. And I agree with you. Hell to the no. Yes. You're at work, aren't you? Hey, man. Good morning, everyone. I can hear you. Thank you. Hello, Rosetta. Now we're going to get into this bit right here. Okay? That's right. I said it. Hold on. This thing right here. This evil thing right here. And these two precious little babies. Alexander, 14 months. Michael, I think he was 3. Hey, Sister Thing. So, yeah, let's get into this bit. And you all know my opinion, and I'm sure you got the same opinion as me. Hell no. She don't deserve to get out. Anybody that does anything to children don't deserve anything. Period. Period. Especially this heinous crime. I remember 1994 when this happened. I was just in shock. What did I have? I had 4 kids by then, and I couldn't even imagine. All right, let's carry on. So, I brought up her prison record, right? Everything she's been doing. And what I noticed, okay, we all know she's been bad throughout the years, sleeping with guards and all that. We're going to watch some video clips too. It might be kind of hard, but we're going to, okay? Okay, here's the bits right here. Okay, so her alleged or projected parole date is going to be November 4th, 2023. All right. Now this is when I was looking at this. Okay. Oh, guess who she works with? Want to listen to what her job is? She's the assistant to I think the warden. Okay, let me get it right. So these are okay. Let's go here. She has a private escape. Big deal. She has been in trouble with possession of narcotics. Let's see, unauthorized use of something, location, whatever that is, drugs again, disciplinary. Okay, same thing. I think she went from one person to another. I could be wrong because of her sleeping with dogs and stuff. You can't hear me? No. Okay, let me get to the chat. I'm getting some static but muffled tone. Okay, 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 okay. This is what I'm gonna do. Hold on.
Well, isn't this something? Why did that happen? Okay, hold on. I got to go to my settings. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Well, isn't this something? Why did that happen? Oh. Okay, hold on. I got to go to my settings. Oh, shit. Sorry, guys. Damn, am I loud, people? Okay, I hope this works. All right, can you hear me? I hope this works. All right, can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Oh, God, I'm sorry. I was saying a lot, too. She is the warden's assistant. Oh, no. Ward keeper assistant. She used to be a security clerk. She was a teacher, office clerk, landscape. Let's see, what else was she? She worked in the food. But let me get to something here. Earned work credits. Educational credits. Certificates. You guys see anything? Do you guys see anything in this area that I'm talking about between the earn, the certificates, and the programs? Anybody? Let me get to my chat. Right. Anybody? If I was trying to get paroled, you know what I would do? I would take every kind of class I could get to better myself, and to be rehabilitated. I don't see nothing. Nada. Oh, character-based program. Oh boy. Nothing. There's nothing here. Nada. Okay, we're going to watch this. Hold on. The guard that used to sleep with her, we're going to watch his interview with, excuse me, News Nation. Hold on a minute.
In the meantime, Susan.
In the meantime, Susan. No, we'll just leave it there. I'm sorry.
Has been disciplined at least 5 different times, sometimes for having drugs in prison, sometimes for having sex in prison, including with 2 correctional officers. Alfred Rowe, one of the guards, has something to say about Susan Smith getting parole, and he joins me now live for this TV exclusive. Alfred, thanks for being on. First things first, do you think she should be allowed parole?
No, I don't think she should be allowed parole yet.
And why is that?
Her prison record just shows that, in my opinion, she's not really learned anything while being in prison.
Hey, that's Santa Claus. She was sleeping with Santa Claus. I don't know what that static's from. So if you got it, I'm sorry. Hey, James, thank you for being here. Okay, let's listen to Santa Claus, the guy that was sleeping with her. I think he was a guard.
Except how to do illegal things other than the killing of her sons.
What's fascinating is that if you ask most people, they would say she never deserves parole because of the way she murdered these babies and then the lie that she told the nation. But you feel differently. You feel that her parole chances should be solely determined on this bad behavior while in prison. If she could clean up her act, kick the drugs and the manipulation, do you think she would deserve parole then?
I think everybody deserves one second chance.
Oh, come on.
And that includes Susan.
No.
She's got a lot of cleaning up to do before she deserves that second chance.
You know, one of the conditions for parole is often no drugs, no alcohol, no bars. You can't be associated with people in those industries, etc. If she were granted parole, do you think she could keep parole, or do you think she'd violate?
As extensive as her drug offenses are in prison, she would, I'd say less than a year, she'd be right back behind bars for violating the no drugs and no alcohol. And if she's still like,
go ahead.
If she still likes sex the way she did back then, she'll find the strip clubs as well, and that too would be a violation.
I want to ask you, and I know it's personal, but it is the nexus of the story here. How you ended up starting an affair with Susan Smith in jail?
It's a question that I can't answer.
Oh, come on. Yeah, you can answer. Okay, they're talking about the drugs and all that. She has done no kind of education to better herself. Nothing. Hi, Cray. She has done nothing. Nothing. And Santa Claus here was a guard there, like I said. And he's been on many talk shows, actually.
I don't know how I allowed it to happen. I guess being young, never being around that many women before, and then being basically locked up just like they were for 12 hours a day, I just fell into her sweet talk and manipulation, her cool demeanor, I guess.
There was one other detail I wanted to ask you about, and that was I've heard you say before that she was revered among the other female inmates. Do you have any idea why? Because typically child killers are not revered among other inmates.
Yeah, that was a puzzle to me too. But she didn't have any enemies. Nobody hated her. Nobody really disliked her. She had a small following of people that anytime you saw Susan, you would see those people right there with her.
Do you think she has any idea how hated she is on the outside, Alfred?
I don't think she does. I think she's under the impression with so many different suitors that she's had over the years, over the phone, and even being allowed.
Suitors. Is he like Mormon or something? No, they don't. What is that religion? They call him, is he Amish? What? Suitors. I don't know. I think this guy's confused, actually. He's not making sense.
At one time to join that video site that allowed her to have video conferences with different suitors that America now has forgiven her and likes her.
Alfred Rowe, I'm going to call on you again because we're not finished covering this story. We have a big parole hearing coming up in November, and I'd like to get further insights from you. Thanks for being on tonight. Appreciate it.
Did you see Ashley's reactions? Okay, we're going to watch a few things. Hold on. I got to pull something up. Okay, we're going to listen to what the prosecutor said. Give me a minute.
The man who wants to keep her locked up is Tommy Pope. He was the lead prosecutor during Smith's trial and was present at the lakeside when Susan's car was pulled out of the water with those little boys' bodies still inside. Mr. Pope is also a former South Carolina district attorney and current Speaker pro tem of the South Carolina House of Representatives, and he joins me now exclusively. Mr. Speaker, thank you so much for being on the program. I think back to how young I was back at the time of the Susan Smith case. You were 32, I think, when you were prosecuting this case. How did you get past, how did you process being at that lakeside when that car came up with the children inside?
So I got called by the state law enforcement officers and told that she had confessed, and I went down. I'd been to a lot of crime scenes because I'd been in law enforcement before, but that was probably the worst I'd ever seen. I saw grown men crying, agents I worked with crying. And the two boys were strapped in the car. And what I always thought was, I was a parent. It's so hard to protect your kids. You're fighting with the car seats, getting them out of the wife's car, putting them in your car. And there, Susan had used them for an implement of death.
Can you imagine that? I mean, I couldn't imagine that. Baby strapped in, and she sat there and watched until the car was submerged. She's evil.
It's etched in my mind and everybody there, and I'm sure it always will be.
Mr. Pope, I guess her wedding gown and her wedding album were also found in the car. That was a detail either I didn't know at the time or I didn't remember. Was it your analysis in the investigation that she had basically just tried to erase her former life?
I think that, well, I always said everything but David Smith was in that car. And, the wedding gown, the wedding, the kids, because I think she truly believed what Tom Finley told her, that if she didn't have kids, then she could have him. And that certainly wasn't what he was really thinking, but that's what he told her. And I think that's what she bought into. If you get rid of the kids, you're a bad mother. But if a carjacker takes your kids, you're a victim. And I think that's what happened there, too, is she had the opportunity to be a victim. And she even told David early on that she expected Tom to come by the house and comfort her.
Wow.
I know you sought the death penalty at the time. What ended up being the barrier to a woman like this getting the death penalty? Because look, I mean, every time you hear the debate over the death penalty in America, it always comes up, the line that it is only reserved for the worst of the worst. And I can't imagine anyone worse than Susan Smith. What stopped her from getting the death penalty?
I give the defense credit. I think what happened was she went from Susan the monster to Susan the victim. They talked about her stepfather. They talked about all the things. And it became about Susan instead about Michael and Alex. And I was...
Okay, I will say I read something today about that. People feeling sorry for her because of her upbringing. And they, hey, girl, how you doing? And I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. And these are the type of cases, in my humble opinion, she deserves a DP. She did. I don't care.
Always frustrated. Cameras weren't in the courtroom, where if I act like I want them, I'm a glory hound. If I don't want them, I have something to hide. But I wanted them to hear David Smith, because when David Smith testified, you know why this case deserved the death penalty. Because had the black man committed the crime, had David Smith committed the crime, certainly there would be a clamor for the death penalty. But at the end of the day, I think that community didn't want to face it again and again. It's a tight-knit community. And I think they also thought Susan was going to be in jail the rest of her life.
And little did they know that I think it's October, November, she's up for parole. That brings me to you. You're no longer prosecuting. You're the Speaker Pro Tem right now, but you're joining forces with the current DA to help work on the case against her release. Tell me a little bit about that. What are you saying? What are you doing? What will you present?
So the current solicitor, that's what we call our district attorney, was actually my deputy solicitor, and he helped me with the case. Kevin Brackett, he's the elected solicitor now. And it really entails not letting the parole board forget the nature of the crime. As you delineated, Susan, there have been worse actors. There have been people who killed other inmates in prison. But to the extent the jury believed that life meant life, which it obviously didn't, and they weren't able back then under the law to be told that, they expected Susan to sit and be remorseful about Michael and Alex. And clearly her behavior, particularly with the guards, with the men, it's all about.
Exactly. It's all been about her. She's had a good time in prison. Look at everything she's done. We're going to listen to a phone call too. Also, she has done no education. I think that's important. I don't know how you guys feel, but okay, if you're going there to be rehabilitated, right? Would you take some kind of classes? Would you express how sorry you are of what you did to your children? I just can't. I don't know.
Susan, it's not about Michael and Alex, and I hope that Kevin Brackett, myself, and David can bring that home to the parole board.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to
Okay, hold on. We are going to watch. Okay.
At this point, based on what happened last night, do you know anything better about it now than you did last night?
No. They've got people everywhere looking for them. You can hear the helicopters are there, and but they haven't seen anything, and it's crazy. And it's been since 9:00 last night, and I really thought that when it got daylight, they would find them just in a heartbeat, but they haven't.
Was there anything about the demeanor of the man that gives you concern?
No, in fact, when he made me get out of the car, I tried to get my children. I just begged him, please let me take them. And he said no, he didn't have time because they were in car seats, and it was going to take time for me to get them out of the car seat.
Oh, God.
He just told me, he said, but I won't hurt them. And he just took off.
No way. No way.
And my big thing is they were screaming, hollering, crying.
Oh, my God. Okay. If you were a mother and there was a carjacker, and he says, he wasn't going to hurt them. No, absolutely not. No. You get your babies. You do everything you can. And look at her. She's a really good actress. I wonder if she took theater when she was in school.
And I'm just scared that he just lost his patience or something, Yeah, I don't know. All I'm doing is just praying and just keeping my faith that they're going to be okay.
You've never seen this guy before?
No, sir. Never.
And he just came out of the blue?
I was stopped at a red light, and I was looking this way, looking toward the left, and it was just like, in a second, he was in my car. He just opened the car door, and I just screamed. I said, what are you doing? He just shut up and drive, and he had a gun, and he was poking it in my side, and told me to drive. And so I drove, and I was trying to ask him one time, why, what do you want? Please just, don't hurt me or the children. He said, and he never said anything. All he ever told me was, shut up or I'll kill you. He said, don't say anything else. And my children were crying, and I was trying to tell them, that it was okay, that, don't worry. And he would, and he let me talk to them. And then we just got
Wow.
maybe 3 or 4 miles down the road, and he told me, he said, I want you to stop. And I said, stop right here? He said, yeah, stop right here. And it was just in the middle of the road. I mean, and I stopped, and he told me to get out. And I was in the driver's side, he was in the passenger side. And so I opened the door. I said, I'm going to get my children before I go. He said, no, you can't. He said, I don't have time for that. He just, and sort of pushed me on out the door, helped me get on out the door, and he slammed the door and took off. And I ran to the closest house I could. And
I'm really sorry.
Oh, that lying bitch. Oh, that lying bitch, you guys. Okay, I lost what time. Well, we know it didn't happen. Okay, let's watch this. Hold on a minute. All right. The only part I believe is those babies were crying. Yep. Yeah. I don't think she even cares. I mean, the way she's been acting when she's been in prison.
Susan Smith, the union woman convicted of killing her young sons, is set for a parole hearing later this year. In October of 1994, Susan Smith rolled her car into a lake with her young sons strapped inside in their car seats. At first, she claimed a black man had carjacked her vehicle, but later she confessed she intentionally drowned her sons. On July 22, 1995, Susan Smith was sentenced to life in prison. Her parole hearing is scheduled for November. She is currently serving her sentence at a prison in Greenwood. Due to Susan Smith's parole hearing approaching in November, we decided to take a look into the case, starting with the disappearance of her children in October of 1994. Here's a special look at an archive coverage during the search for Michael and Alexander Smith. Bill Wilson reports.
J8 for the search of Michael and Alex Smith, and yet another plea for their safe return.
I want to say to my babies that your mama loves you so much.
Susan and David Smith go on live television this morning, their first direct appeal since last Thursday.
Whoever has them, I pray every day that you're taking care of them, and know that we will do anything we will to help you to get them home back to us.
Earlier today, the Smith family and the rest of the nation's hopes were dashed.
It's solid lead right now.
The sheriff says the overnight tip was the best they've had yet, but it doesn't pan out.
Where does your investigation go today?
Well, we'll be right here in Union County until we're led otherwise. We've followed every lead. We've had people go in every other state where there's been a tip, and as none of those have developed, we come right back here.
Now, this is kind of a hard case. It is. All right. Boy, Channel 4 did a good job. Hold on.
I wish I could tell you right now that I had something that made me very confident in taking some of the burden off of our hearts. But as of right now, I don't have anything that gives me a great deal of relief that it's going to turn into a development force.
A weary sheriff sums up the results of a day of searching both land and water. The search concentrated on old abandoned buildings in this canal along Highway 49. The suspect allegedly traveled this road after the carjacking and kidnapping of 3-year-old Michael and 14-month-old Alex. The parents of the kids aren't appearing in person, but a family...
Look at those babies. Oh, unreal.
Appearing in person, but a family spokesperson serves as their messenger.
Not 1 minute goes by that we aren't thinking about you and praying for you. It's hard to eat each day thinking that you might be hungry. It's hard to be warm thinking that you might be cold.
The sheriff worries the same thing, and he says the investigation will explore other avenues and look at a different type of search, although he won't be specific.
We're following old information that we've just now gotten to. I don't think it's developed anything as of yet to be any more excited about than yesterday, but things that need to be done thus far.
Okay. Oh. Hold on. Okay, this is when her husband talked about her poor husband. It is November 4th. It'll be November 4th. She's also pleading for her ex-husband support. Newsweek or New York Post had an exclusive.
We do regret the audio problem. They will try to get back to Myra as soon as we can. David Smith drew a global fame he never wanted when his estranged wife, Susan, drowned their children, Michael and Alex, in Union County in 1994. The story, as many of you recall, captured the heart of the world. Today marked a first for David Smith as he spoke to first responders who were called in when a child is in danger. News 4's Angela Rodriguez is live and local from our Greenville newsroom. And Angela, so many of us remember the exact moment we heard about the murders of those boys.
Michael, 15 years later, even Oprah wants to know more. She was recently turned down for a jailhouse interview with Susan Smith. It's a life-changing pain David Smith has to live with every day. He agreed to dig up the past today to help investigators.
Susan Smith has been arrested and will be charged with 2 counts of murder.
The murders of young Michael and Alex Smith will never be forgotten in the Upstate. In 1994, their mother lied to the country, saying her car was stolen with the boys still inside. The frantic search ended when investigators proved the grieving mother was really the one to blame. It's a painful story investigators are still trying to learn from more than 15 years later. For the first time, though, their teacher is the man who lived through it all, the boy's father, David Smith.
Please, as law enforcement, don't shy away. Don't feel intimidated by the parents and hinder, the investigation. Please ask those important questions.
Smith reopened his old wounds, talking about what it was like to be under the microscope.
Part of me was kind of a little frustrated because I wanted every available officer out there looking for Michael and Alex. And I was like, well, you're wasting time interviewing me. Or, as I thought at that time too, Susan.
He says what happened to his family is the reason why investigators can never back down. But he says to get to the truth, they'll have to use compassion.
Asking me, do I know where Michael and Alex is at? That hurt. But I knew they had to, ask that. They had to do their job. And that's what I want law enforcement to do, is just remember that they have to ask those tough questions.
David says he's only spoken to Susan once since the trial.
It took many years. It took a long time, but I finally forgiven her, because not forgiving her, that was eating me up.
As for Oprah's request for a sit-down with Susan in jail,
To me, she just needs to go away, per se. So, if Oprah wants to talk to Susan, I guess, from a media point of view, I can understand that. But from a personal point, I don't agree with it.
David Smith now works in Spartanburg.
Oh boy, that poor father. Can you imagine that? I wonder if he knew that she was cheating. There's one more other thing before we listen to the phone call. Where'd it go? Oh, this is the saddest thing. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Here's the funeral. I turned the sound off because there's music. Oh, God, I don't know what I'd do seeing a tiny casket. I would lose my mind. Look at all those people. Oh. Right?
I mean, I don't know what I'd do if I lost her. She's my pride and joy.
This tragedy is tearing up Dot Frost. Every time she looks across the street, she sees Michael and Alex, but they are not there. Susan Smith's neighbor is bitter.
And when you see those kids out playing, it hurts so bad to think that she would do anything like that to those kids. So I can't get those little bones, and I need to be in church this morning.
The men and women of religion want Dot and you to forgive and start healing.
We're angry for the loss of those children. We're angry at the accused for her actions and her deception. But there's something
Okay.
we need to keep.
I don't know what this guy's going to say, but I don't know if I could forgive her. No way. Mm-mm. People really championed for her, stood behind her, supported her, and then forgave her. Weird.
Keep in mind, my friends. Notice what Jesus said in Matthew 7. He said, "Judge not."
Church was a good thing today for Dot.
We can't give up on her, and we can't throw her away. If she did that, but if she did it, I don't like it because she did it. And I can't say I hate her.
The healing process extends far beyond the realm of the church. In fact, many in the community are heading to the lake where Alex and Michael died.
John D. Long Lake, another place for us to say goodbye and wonder why.
Oh my God.
They lay here for 9 days. It's pitiful.
The healing process.
You know what I try to think? When people harm little kids like this, I always have in the back of my mind that God or whoever you believe in won't let them suffer. That's how I try to think about it.
This is just beginning, in a sense, for all of us. For this is a tragedy that makes us all feel something. Sorrow, betrayal, or gut-wrenching pain. It will take time for our emotions to calm. But hope is the great equalizer.
I have not seen God, but I have seen his handiwork. And Michael and Alex were his handiwork. And now they see God.
Oh boy, did you guys notice that? They had the boys in the same cup, and wow. Okay, let's listen to her behavior on the phone. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Where'd it go? Here we go. Okay, the static on this call here is from the jail. It's not from us. But let me turn on the closed caption. Of course, this is phone calls from prison. There's her link. Yeah. Yep, one coffin. Oh, Jesus, I just can't. Okay, let's listen to this little horn.
That seat of my car sometimes. And you're not going to be able to get away with, I can lock the door from my side and you cannot get out.
Oh my God!
Take it.
Did you hear that? Lock her in the car and she can't get out? I don't know. I just think, the boy's in the car and can't get out. What a bunch of weirdos. What is wrong with these men? Right?
She gonna hold me hostage. Yeah.
Susan is a convicted murderer that has been incarcerated since 1994 for the murder of her 2 young sons, Michael, age 3, and Alexander, age 14 months. Susan rolled her car into a South Carolina lake with Michael and Alexander.
South Carolina Department of Corrections. I'll tell you what I did last night. You're thinking about you. I, you know where it is now. I looked up a spreadsheet that starts out with 213,000, which you're actually you're gonna have more than that. I'm thinking you'll be in the 220 range. Okay, with all put together. And you still haven't received the proceeds on the sale of that house, have you?
No, I don't think they've done.
Why is she getting money? What is she getting money for? Wow. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Hope I wasn't long.
Done the close or anything yet.
Okay. Well, I sat down and said, if you're starting off with 213,000 and you're taking, let's say, 4,000 a month, or 3,300 is 40,000 a year. So let's say it's 40,000 a year. At the end of that first year, you'd have 179,000, but you had gained 12,700. So see, while you're withdrawing from that balance, it's still earning interest on the undrawn amount. And as that amount gets larger, the interest gets greater along with it. So I found that in 20 years' time, 3,300 a month, you will have spent all that. And you still have some left over at the end of 20 years. But what you had earned on it, if it's on an inclining balance, then that'll be, anyway, that can be an income source for you. Okay.
I love you so much.
I love you too, Susan. I can't wait to talk to you again. Hey, darling.
Oh, my God.
How are you?
I'm okay.
What's wrong? No. Cassie said to tell you that I'm safe. Don't worry about me.
Good. I appreciate that.
You said you appreciate that. I told her that they're going to put me in the hood.
Okay, guys. You know what I just noticed? Look at the date of this call. March 2023. So she's been doing this stuff with these men probably the whole time. And look it's funny, like Wade Wilson calling those girls baby, baby, and she called him baby. Baby must be the thing. Baby's probably easier for them, so they don't have to remember the name of each person they're talking to.
So did put you in the hood?
It's loud. I hear banging and screaming and yelling.
Yeah, I bet.
They don't have a washing machine half works. It won't spin out. You have to wring the clothes out.
Oh.
Took a cold shower tonight. I only get 1 hour rest a day. You can't use the day room at night. You got cameras everywhere. Can't do anything, get away with it. And they do watch them, yeah.
Listen to her complain. You're not at a hotel. You're in prison. I'll come into chat. Okay. I will never understand these people that reach. Well, I have. You know that. I know. Hey, headline bitch, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming through. What was I saying about her now? Anyways, let's continue. I'll think about it. You guys remember, I forget a lot. Don't forget. Don't forget. It'll come back to me.
They sold Mama's house.
Oh, yeah? Good. How much?
162.
That's good. That's a good price. But it's got a great location.
They got a lot to do. Get rid of everything. They've already gotten, a lot of it out. And they got a liquidator coming in to finalize, I guess, the value of what's left. Did they get them all?
Yeah.
I guess that's an option.
I sure hope the stuff I've gotten you is cared for.
They got all that.
Good.
Yes.
You did. Good. I feel a lot better. This week I'm gonna get in touch with, get that annuity moved to E-Trade.
Hey.
I'll let you know when that's done. We just got finished marking 8 years, baby.
That's what I was going to tell you. We didn't even tell each other happy anniversary yesterday. We both forgot.
Oh, no. Well, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary to you too, baby.
I'm loving every minute of it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh, don't these people realize? Well, I guess they don't realize that, all this is public information. Yes, seeking romantic relationships. Let me redact my thing here. I'm going to delete my comment because I didn't mean that emoji. Yes, and yep. Are you listening to them talk? You? Hey there, how you doing? I know, right? Blank screen? Hey, thank you for coming through. Okay, let's listen to this. Ew, yuck.
I know.
You're about to hear the more intimate side to Susan
and
this particular gentleman caller. The next set of clips were all taken from this.
Okay, caution people, caution. Oh my God, it gets even deeper.
Same call.
But you'll help us too.
Well, don't feel that way because you're not. I mean, you did more than you realize.
I hope so. I hope so. I'm going to have you in the front seat of my car sometime.
Okay, it's hard to hear since we heard it the second time. He says he's going to handcuff her in the car. Oh, sick.
To get away with, I can lock the door from my side and you cannot get out.
Oh my God.
Sit there and take it.
She will hold me hostage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Would you tie your hands behind you? You stand right there and I'm going to tie your hands behind your back. Your hands go back there behind your back so fast you might tie them yourself. Wouldn't they?
Oh my God. Oh my God, people. Oh my God. Okay. Oh God, who is this guy?
So we can't talk about that. That's not going to be a subject we'll breach again, I don't think.
You never know. I just got my shower.
You've got your cold shower.
Mm-hmm.
Get those nipples shriveled up, didn't
Oh my God. I sure did.
I like making you talk when you got somebody else in the room.
I know. You being bad.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we got rain coming Friday.
You've been caught out in the rain. You just got soaked to the bone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, or you can't. I mean, there's not any place you can go to keep from getting more soaked. You just forget. There's no more dry spots in your region, so you just forget about it.
Yeah.
Like when you're wearing a white shirt and no bra and you're soaked.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
That can be fun.
Yeah.
That is funny. It would be kind of like a T-shirt.
You're doing it again.
Oh,
Talking about your bruise.
No.
What? Making you talk in front of Cassidy?
oh my
Well, are
God.
you getting embarrassed? You getting blushed?
Oh, God.
Well, it's kind
Jesus. Blank screen. It sounds like yes. Oh my God. Right? Right? I know. What is wrong with these people? Everything's recorded, you dumbasses.
of that up a notch.
No. Certainly not.
Certainly not. Well, maybe you can talk about hers.
Really?
Wow.
Well, if you can't talk about yours, you got to talk about somebody's, and you can't talk about mine just yet.
Oh, boy. I don't know what to do with you. I love you.
I think you got a lot of ideas what you can do with me.
No, I will not share that.
You don't love me.
Yes, I do.
Well, you got to share that.
Yeah. One day. I'm going to make you wiggle and squirm first.
Oh, I've been wiggling and squirming here for about 6 minutes.
Oh, well.
You're right. It's happening. You can do it.
Good.
Oh my God, no. He didn't say that. Did you hear that? I've been squiggling and Okay, he said, I've been squiggling for 6 minutes now. Oh my God, he's gross. Oh my God, he's gross. Anything for the keys. My grandson is always saying that. You're doing too much. Oh, hi, Missy. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, here we go.
Why should I be getting a boner with this? I mean, it takes less and less and less.
I don't know.
Oh
You
my
don't?
God. Well,
I think you got an idea.
I got an idea, yeah.
Yeah, and see, you're talking about that wet T-shirt. You didn't even say that, all that stuff. All you did is, yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. You're right. That's Chris McDonough. And if you guys remember, he was going to try to get into Meet Susan Smith. Oh my God. Okay.
I need to get a reset. So starved.
Oh, poor baby.
The next set of clips with the gentleman caller take on more of a religious tone. This man tells Susan there are countless people waiting on.
Okay, see, people, pay attention. These are what these convicts do. You are not the only one. Believe me, you are not the only one. So now this is a religious one. We go from sex talk to religion.
On her to bless them. You will also hear Susan say she's so sick of looking at bars. From there, things start to take an interesting turn, as you will hear.
Well, I'm really trying to stay positive about it, baby. I really am. You know, I mean, I'm going to have my moments, but I have to believe there's God's hand is in this and that there's purpose behind it. And, you know, he's not going to let me down. He's never let me down. You're not going to let me down. So there's a reason, you know.
Maybe there's countless people that are waiting on you to bless them, to inspire them, or to motivate them. Yeah. They're out there, and you'll inspire them, and you'll have a story to tell. I'm real proud of you, baby.
Well,
Inspire. There's people that she can inspire and motivate. Yeah, motivate them to do something. And I'll leave it at that.
I guess just be part of my testimony, you know.
You're a strong fighter. You're mine.
I love you.
I love you too. You are Susan Vaughn
I'm sorry, it's the same guy. I was wrong.
to me.
I know.
And you're the center of my earth. Said my whole world is awful special. And, I know what you face. I understand it. And for that, you did the right thing. I'm just worried about you all. I know. You're coming home. The Lord's on your side. May not have been on that side.
What the hell does that mean? You did the right thing. Live for yourself.
I gotta believe that, baby. I can't do this time. I don't believe that.
No. Yep. That's right. You are so worth the wait. I'd wait 50 years for you. Oh, I have.
Yep. Yeah. So, just sick of looking at bars, looking at razor wire fence, and drab buildings,
Yeah. Concrete floors.
concrete floors.
You need to walk around barefoot on some carpet and it's 5 different colors rooms in your house.
I'm gonna paint one room yellow, one green, one blue, one purple, one pink.
Yep, okay. That'll do it.
Oh,
That'll
Lord,
do
you
it.
let me do that, and we both need to be in the insane asylum.
Yeah, well, we probably do. I love your bottle.
The brown bottle. You love my bottle? So you say?
I know how to rub it.
Oh.
I know you do.
Oh.
Gentle at times
Yeah.
and rough and
Rough,
Oh,
painful,
God.
painful at times. Mm-hmm.
scary, nervous.
Oh, God. They are disgusting, okay?
Ice cold butcher knife.
If you think those were a wild set of clips, please stay tuned as we have some interesting videos coming about soon.
Oh my God. Did you hear that? Talking about knives? Oh, definitely not. I hope the parole board listens to these calls. Yeah. She's a danger to everybody. She's a danger. They're about to make me puke. I know. Some of it was funny, though. Who's with me? Should this bitch get out? Should she be released out to public? Oh, yeah. Somebody, where is it? Somebody said she would be a good stepmother. Oh, God, where is that? Where did I see that? Well, let's look at this real quick. I stand by my previous statement. The man she's talking to sounds like, yes, he does. He's gross. Okay. Newsweek got an exclusive here. All right. The killer mom has reached out to her ex, David, asking him not to expose her bid for freedom. But a family member tells the Post that Smith will 100% oppose her release. He has every right to stand in her way, and that's exactly what he's about to do, says a Smith relative. She killed his kids, caused him a lifetime of heartbreak. If she thinks he's going to stand by while she tries to get out of jail, she's more delusional than we thought. Oh, look at those sweet little boys. I wonder who her supporters are. Okay, so is there anything else I wanted to show? Hold on a minute. I'm looking. We'll just look at those babies. Okay, we watched Prosecutor. We watched how it started. Okay, there really isn't any more that I want to show for now. But, of course, I'm going to keep my eye on this. I hope they record this. Probably not, though. I know there's parole boards on YouTube that do. They do it live. You have a great day, too. Don't work too hard. I want to thank everybody who came through, everybody in the bushes. Okay, I'll see you later. Hope this bitch don't get released.